How to know if VAH or VAL will actually hold. Most traders treat VAH and VAL like automatic support and resistance. Price reaches the value area high, they short. Price reaches the value area low, they buy. And sometimes that works. But when it doesn't work, it usually fails violently. That's because VAH and VAL do not hold just because they are levels on a volume profile. They hold when the auction shows rejection, when participation fails to accept price beyond value, and when the trader has a structural reason to define invalidation. In this video, we're going to break down how to know whether VAH or VAL is likely to hold, when they are more likely to fail, and what serious futures traders should look for before taking a trade at either edge. This matters, especially in NQ and ES and MES, MNQ, because these markets can rotate cleanly around value one session and then aggressively migrate value the next. The difference is not the level. Difference is acceptance versus rejection. The first mistake is thinking VAH and VAL are entry signals. They are not. VAH is the upper edge of the value area. VAL is the lower edge of the value area. They show where roughly 70% of the prior auction's volume traded, depending on how your profile is calculated. That gives you useful context, but context is not execution. A market reaching VAH tells you price is testing the upper edge of prior value. A market reaching VAL tells you price is testing the lower edge of prior value. That is all. The real question is, does the market reject price outside of value, or does it accept price there? Because if price rejects outside of value, VAH or VAL may hold. But if price accepts outside value, those levels often become poor fade locations. This is where many traders get trapped. They see price touch VAH, assume it is resistance, and immediately short. But if buyers are accepting above VAH, if pullbacks hold above it, and if volume starts building outside the prior value area, then VAH is no longer acting as resistance. It is becoming a launch point for value migration. The same applies at VAL. If price moves below VAL and immediately rejects, there may be a responsive buying opportunity. But if price moves below VAL, holds below it, and builds volume there, that is not rejection. That is acceptance. And acceptance below value changes the auction. Every VAH and VAL decision comes down to one question. Is the market rejecting this area, or is it accepting beyond it? Rejection means price tests beyond value and fails to stay there. You usually see a quick move outside of value, a lack of continuation, a return back inside value, and often trap traders on the wrong side. Acceptance means price moves beyond value and starts doing business there. You may see time spent above VAH or below VAL, pullbacks holding outside the value area, volume building outside the value, and price failing to rotate back inside. That distinction is critical because the same level can create two completely different trades. At VAH, rejection supports a short back toward POC, VWAP, mid-value, or VAL. At VAH, acceptance supports continuation higher, especially if price retests VAH from above and holds. At VAL, rejection supports a long back toward POC, VWAP, mid-value, or VAH. At VAL, acceptance supports continuation lower, especially if price retests VAL from below and fails to reclaim value. So the professional question is not, should I buy VAL or short VAH? The professional question is, what is the auction doing at the edge of value? Before we go any deeper, leave a comment with the profile level you struggle with most. Is it VAH, VAL, or POC? I want to know where traders are getting trapped, because each one creates a different execution problem. VAH and VAL are edge locations, but they only matter if you understand the auction taking place around them. So here's what it looks like when VAH holds. So with VAH to hold as resistance, you usually want to see rejection above value, not just a touch, not just a small pause, actual rejection. For example, price opens inside prior value, rotates higher, and tests VAH. If price pushes slightly above VAH but cannot attract new buying, that is your first clue. Then price comes back inside value. That is important. The return back inside value tells you buyers failed to establish acceptance above VAH. Now you can begin asking whether trap longs are present. Did breakout buyers enter above VAH expecting continuation? Did price fail to hold above the level? Did the market rotate back through the edge? If yes, VAH may act as a rejection point. But even then, the trade is not automatic. You still need execution confirmation. That could be a failed breakout, a lower high back inside value, absorption at the high, delta divergence, or aggressive buyers failing to move price higher. The cleanest short is usually not the first touch. It is often the failure after the test. That gives you structural invalidation. Your invalidation is not random. It is not I'll risk 20 points because that feels right. The invalidation is above the failed auction high, above that area where acceptance would be proven. That is the difference between using VAH professionally and using it like a retail support and resistance line. A weak trader says VAH is resistance. A professional says VAH is only resistance if buyers fail to accept above it. So what does it look like when VAH fails? Now let's look at the opposite side. How do we know when VAH is not likely to hold? You watch for acceptance above value. Acceptance does not mean price ticks above VAH for 3 seconds. Acceptance means the market is willing to trade above value and stay there. Common signs include price holding above VAH after the breakout, pullbacks finding support at or above VAH, VWAP being reclaimed or held, volume building above the prior value area, and sellers failing to push price back inside of value. This is where many short sellers get run over. They see VAH, they think resistance, so they short. But the market is telling them something else entirely. The auction is saying value may be migrating higher. And when that happens, VAH can flip from resistance into support. This is especially important in NQ. NQ can push beyond value, pause just long enough to invite shorts, then continue higher as trap sellers cover. If you short VAH without evidence of rejection, you are not trading structure. You are trading a line. And lines do not create edge. Participant behavior creates edge. If price accepts above VAH, your short thesis is damaged. At that point, the better trade may be to wait for a pullback into VAH from above and see whether it holds as support. That gives you a cleaner long thesis. Prior value is broken. The market accepted higher. VAH held on retest. Sellers failed to regain value. Targets may become prior highs, overnight highs, liquidity above the range, or the next composite profile reference. That is auction logic, not prediction. So what does it look like when VAL holds? Now let's go back to VAL. VAL holds when the market tests below value and fails to accept lower. This is responsive buying behavior. Price explores below value, finds no meaningful seller continuation, and rotates back inside. Again, the key is not the touch. The key is the response. A good VAL rejection might look like this. Price trades down into VAL. It pushes below the level. Sellers appear aggressive at first. Price stops going lower. Delta may stay negative, yet price refuses to continue lower. Then price reclaims VAL and begins rotating back inside value. That can tell you sellers are becoming trapped below value. The long is not based on hope. It is based on failed acceptance lower. Your invalidation should be structural, usually below the failed auction low, below the rejection tail, or below the area where sellers would prove acceptance. Your targets should also be logical. The first target may be VWAP, POC, mid-value, or the opposite side of value, depending on the day type. The main idea is simple. If price cannot accept below VAL, the auction often rotates back toward value. Remember, markets are auctions. They move away from value to advertise for participation, and if that participation does not show up, price often returns back to value. That is why VAL rejection can be powerful, but only when rejection is actually present. What it looks like when VAL fails. When VAL fails when price accepts below value. This is where traders trying to catch a falling knives get punished. They think price is at VAL, so it must be cheap. But cheap can get cheaper if value is migrating lower. Acceptance below VAL may show up as price breaking below VAL and staying there. Failed attempts to reclaim VAL volume building below the prior value area, lower highs forming below VAL or VWAP, and value remaining overhead. This is not a long setup. This is a warning. Price cannot reclaim VAL. Responsive buyers are no longer in control. Sellers are accepting lower prices, and in that case, VAL may become resistance. This creates a very different kind of trade. Instead of buying VAL, a professional may wait for a price to retest VAL from below and fail. That failed reclaim can offer a short with clear validation above VAL or above the failed reclaim high. The targets may be prior lows, overnight lows, single prints, LVNs, lower composite nodes, or measured liquidity areas. Again, the point is not to predict. The point is to let the auction reveal whether value is holding or migrating. This is why mid-range trades are often low quality. At the extremes of value, you can define the auction clearly. Either price rejects the edge and rotates back in, or it accepts beyond the edge and migrates. That gives you asymmetry. That gives you clean validation. That gives you a reason to act. The 3 confirmation questions. Here is a simple framework you can use before trading VAH or VAL. Question 1. Did price actually reject the level? At VAH, rejection means price fails above value and returns inside. At VAL, rejection means price fails below value and returns inside. No rejection, no fade. Question 2. Is the market building acceptance beyond the level? Above VAH, acceptance favors continuation higher. Below VAL, acceptance favors continuation lower. If the market is building value outside prior value, do not blindly fade it. Question 3. Where is structural invalidation? If you cannot define the exact place where your idea is wrong, the trade is not ready. At VAH, a short is usually wrong if price accepts above the failed high or holds above value. At VAL, a long is usually wrong if price accepts below the failed low and cannot reclaim value. The cleaner the invalidation, the cleaner the trade. This is one of the central ideas inside the Trading on the Edge framework. The goal is not to find more trades. The goal is to find better trades at meaningful structural locations where the auction gives you clear confirmation, clean invalidation, and logical targets. That is what separates professional execution from random level trading. Now drop a comment with the word hold if you want a separate breakdown on how to combine VAH and VAL with VWAP, delta, and order flow confirmation. That combination is where many traders start to filter out weak fades and avoid shorting strong acceptance or buying weak breakdowns. The common mistake: fading strength and buying weakness. The most common mistake is fading VAH when buyers are clearly in control, or buying VAL when sellers are clearly in control. This usually happens because traders are anchored to yesterday's value. Yesterday's value matters, but today's auction decides whether that value is still relevant. If price is above VAH and holding, yesterday's value may no longer be the main auction. If price is below VAL and holding, the market may be repricing. You need to respect that. A level that worked yesterday may not work today. A clean rotation market may become an imbalanced market. A balanced session may turn into an initiative activity. That is why context matters. If the market is rotational, VAH and VAL fades may work well. If the market is directional, those same fades may become low-quality counter-trend trades. The level is the same, the environment is different, and the environment changes the expectancy. Professionals are not asking, where can I enter? They are asking, what type of auction is this? Where is value? Is value stable or migrating? Are participants rejecting extremes or accepting new prices? Where's the poor trade location? Where is the clean invalidation? Those questions keep you out of bad trades. And in futures trading, avoiding bad trades is often the edge, especially for prop firm traders where drawdown control matters more than catching every move. All right, summary. So how do you know if VAH and VAL will actually hold? Well, you do not know in advance. You have to read the auction. VAH holds when price tests above value and fails to accept higher. VAL holds when price tests below value and fails to accept lower. VAH fails when price accepts above value and starts building business there. VAL fails when price accepts below value and cannot reclaim it. That is the framework. So stop treating VAH and VAL as automatic reversal levels and start treating them as decision points. At those decision points, your job is to identify rejection, acceptance, trapped participants, structural invalidation, and logical target magnets. This is where edge begins, not in the level itself, but in the behavior around the level. And if this way of reading VAH and VAL makes sense to you, the next step is to build it into a complete execution model. That is what I lay out in my book, Trading on the Edge, available on Amazon. The book is designed as an affordable, professional futures trading resource for serious traders who want the full operating framework behind these videos without needing an expensive futures trading course. The free YouTube content and the book are meant to work together. The videos teach individual concepts, and the book connects those concepts into complete structure for auction logic, trade location, confirmation, invalidation, and capital preservation. Replay this lesson, mark up examples from your own NQ or ES or NE chart, and then journal whether VAH and VAL held because the actual rejection, or simply because you hoped the level would matter. That difference is where your execution starts to improve. All right, so please like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks.